Hi everyone, a big warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So this video is all about personal branding. I feel like in this day and age, it's so important to know who you are and who you're projecting yourself as online, whether you're an Instagrammer, blogger, or actually just have a normal or other career. I don't know what normal career is, but you know what I mean. If you're a hairdresser, if you're a builder, if you're an office worker, anything that you do, we live in a world where personal branding is so important. It will most likely get you further in life if you can present yourself online in a very professional way. So whether you're going for a job interview, everybody these days will look at your online presence to get an idea of who you are as a person, who they're hiring as a business. So this video isn't necessarily about helping you be a blogger, a YouTuber, an Instagrammer. It's going to help you hopefully get insight into how to make your online presence a more professional place. So my first tip is don't compare yourself to someone else that has been doing this a lot longer than you. For instance, if you want to be a blogger, don't be put off by the fact that someone's been doing it for 10 years. I haven't been doing it for that long. Well, I've been doing it for 3 years, I think, and I'm up against people that have been in this industry for 10 years, but just you're at different stages in your career, so don't compare your page 1 to someone's last chapter, if that makes sense. It doesn't mean that they're any better than you, it just means that you're at different stages in your careers. Maybe you had a different career beforehand, so definitely don't compare yourself and feel less worth when you compare yourself to others, if that makes sense, because you can overtake them. They might slow down, you might speed up. Like, there's just no point in comparison in any industry, I find. Also, it's really good to understand which platform best promotes yourself, whether that's LinkedIn, whether that's YouTube, Instagram, now TikTok is all going crazy. I think trying to tackle them all is really hard. So just pick a few that you think will promote yourself really well. So for instance, I have Instagram and I have YouTube, and actually I link all my accounts together. So my Instagram and my YouTube automatically go up onto my Twitter and my Facebook pages, so I actually never go on those accounts. It just automatically flows there, keeps like the traffic driving. So let's talk about Instagram and YouTube, because that is what I do. And I started my Instagram and YouTube about 3 years ago, coming up 3 years this May, so I don't think that's that long. A lot of people really want to monetize their Instagram. A lot of questions is always like, how do I get paid? How do I work with brands? The key is, in any of this online social media platforms, never think about the money. Never think about making money from what you're doing, because it will jeopardize you. You have to almost really believe in who you are as a person, get that message across, and then if you do it right, the brands and the money will come to you. So you should never treat that as a priority. So the key things on how to grow, and I think anyone that does this kind of video will always say, consistency. You need to be posting probably every day on Instagram and at least once a week on YouTube. Your audience is good. It's the only way it's going to grow. It's a bit like on Netflix, when a series ends, you kind of forget about it, whereas if it keeps going, you kind of get addicted to it and want to see more. But as soon as you have a gap, you kind of lose interest and don't want to go back. So that is the key reason for keeping up the consistency. Another thing is how you edit your pictures. I feel like whether it's online dating, whether it's a picture on your LinkedIn page, whether it's your Instagram, we live in an age where you need to be able to project who you are professionally online. I mean, I wish we all had this information back when I was in school and we all had Facebook and we're putting all our drunk pictures online. Now it's very much refined, and I think that you really have to be careful what you promote as yourself. So I think before you start any of this, think about who you are, what you want to be online. I didn't do this when I first started what I was doing. I just went and put it all online, but as the years have grown, I've kind of I guess my personal style has developed, and I know who I am and what I want and what I do online. But that's just come over online, and I wish I had that at the start, so I knew who I wanted to be, what I was, even down to like the font that I use. Everything is like a brand, if that makes sense. And that is really good to have at the very start of your career or your social media journey. So let's talk about taking the actual picture. I know so many of you ask me how I do edit my IGTVs, how I edit my Instagram pictures, so hopefully I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight in this video. So I have definitely learned over the year with Instagram that less is more. It doesn't necessarily have to be a professional camera. I think there is a block between the audience and the person in the subject picture when it is a professional photograph. It's not as relatable as an iPhone picture. So I take all my Instagram pictures on my iPhone. I actually rarely use a posh camera, as we call it, like a DSLR. I have a load of them, I just don't use them anymore. It's just really simple to take a picture on my iPhone. And there's ways to make an iPhone picture look more professional, which I think is key for Instagram. For me personally anyway, and I think a lot of people have headed that way. So I firstly take a picture on my phone. I'll go through this. I'll edit a picture with you whilst I talk to you. So first of all I take a picture and I pop it into Facetune. Facetune was renowned for making people skinny, and it has a really bad rep in that kind of aspect, but actually you can white out the background, you can get rid of the yellow, you can sharpen some things, create more detail, and you can remove stuff that you don't want to be in the picture as well. If there's like chewing gum on the floor, I've got a real thing about chewing gum on the pavement, I have to remove it. So I actually really enjoy this app just to clean the picture. I then pop it in Lightroom, and every blogger out there will tell you that Lightroom is the only thing they use. It's the best because you can really fine tune it to suit you. So I go on Lightroom and I get rid of all the yellow. I have a real thing against yellow. I don't know, I think it just looks fresher when it's like crisp and white. I bring up the shadow and the darkness to like really lift the picture. I sharpen it a little bit. I maybe add a little bit of highlight, maybe saturate the color a little bit, make me look a little bit more tanned on those pasty days. And yeah, that's basically all I do to my pictures to then pop them into an app called Apphi. So you might know that an Instagram grid, we all go on about it, it's how beautiful and aesthetic your feed looks. Some people care about this a lot more than others. I very loosely care about it. I mean, I do like it to flow, but I'm not so, like, I'm not as into it as other people. But to help me do this, I use an app called Apphi. Apphi, there's a lot of these like grid apps, but none of them I've seen as good as this one, because you can actually schedule your post, write the caption, even put hashtags in the comment and schedule it, and it will actually post to Instagram. I've not seen another app that allows you to schedule your Instagram pictures to go live at a different date. It's unheard of for me. I was so impressed with this app, and it's like a game changer because when you have so many different things coming on, a lot of you might have day jobs. I have a YouTube channel to run, and I have meetings. Well, I did have meetings until this situation happened in lockdown, but I was such a busy bee that when it came to like the evenings, I usually post around 6 to 8 o'clock. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I've not done an Instagram picture today, and then I'd have to really stop what I was doing and sit down and edit a picture, and it could sometimes be really unsociable. And just even if it was just the caption and actually the posting of it, it really took time out of my day every day to do this. So when I found this app, I was like, this is good. It's a game changer. Game changed. So let me show you what it's all about. So it looks like this. I'll put a little screenshot next to it and I'll talk through what it is when I do it. Okay, let's press record. Okay, so it's called Apphi, and here you can see the ones with the little Instagram on it already is my Instagram feed that I've already posted. So we've all gone indoors, so my grid is actually a little bit strange at the moment, but you will see here there's some at the top that haven't got the Instagram icon on, which means I haven't posted it yet. So these are things that I think that I'm going to put in this order, and you can switch it around. Like maybe I want to put this one here, this one here, this one here, and you can really create a good theme and see if the picture goes with the next one before you post. And I know this seems really like pernickety, but actually the first thing people see when they are trying to decide whether they want to follow you or not is that initial grid. So it's kind of important. So what you can do here, so say if I have chosen, I'm going to put this one on next, I think, and then maybe this one, like this. So this is what I want to post, schedule it for maybe around 7 o'clock tonight. So I'm going to write my caption, hello, it me. Hi. And then I'm going to save that caption. I'm going to add a first comment. This is ingenious. So a lot of you might know that you can use specific hashtags for your Instagram pictures. I like to use them. I always have done, and I've actually always put them in my first comment because people don't want to read a load of hashtags in between your it makes your caption less powerful if you put it with a load of hashtags. So I always like to write a caption and then put the hashtags in the first comment, and I haven't ever seen this in another app that can do this. So I'm going to put my hashtags in here, things that are really relevant. I think using too many hashtags is a bad thing, but you can use stuff that's really relevant for your picture. So let's have a go. Let's fashion style fashion, style inspiration, style influencer, save, and then maybe outfit of the day post, outfit of the day share. And it shows you the relevance to your picture. I love how it says outfit of the day men. that's awkward. Outfit of the day fashion. So that's just a couple of hashtags that I'm going to use in my first comment. So actually once you've done that once, it will save those hashtags and it will make it really easy the next time that you come to do it just to repost it. You can tag the people, and if you have a shop account, so if you have a second account that is linked to a shop, maybe you work for someone's social media, you can actually tag in the shop products as well. So we can tag the blouse, it was from I saw it first. There we go, that is tagged, done. And then I'm going to schedule this for add location London. So I'm going to post this for tomorrow at 7:24 p.m. and what it does, it will bring up times that are best for you. So I have options there that are probably my best times from the analytics they received from my last post. So I'm going to go for 7:24, very specific, and press done. So that is scheduled for then. And it's as easy as that. So another option, you can actually edit in the app as well. So you have loads of different filters. You also have a more in-depth one where you can change the color. So you can really tweak it if you don't want to use any other apps. If you want something a little bit more easier, you can even write text on it. Let's write a little text. Hello. So if you wanted to do quotes or anything like that, this is a really good way to do it. Press done, press next, and then you can schedule it right there. You can even add IGTVs in the same way, and you can even schedule stories, which I think is so good and really good for an aspect of Instagram that I really worry about. So I don't necessarily like to post when I'm actually in a place for security reasons, whether that's people stalking. I have had a stalker before, so I have to be really careful and in posting where I am. So this is great. So I can be in a place, I can post, feel in the moment, but actually schedule it for maybe an hour later, so I won't actually be there when the post goes live. I love this. This is great. This is a real game changer for me. And even maybe if you have a load of stories for one day and you thought that was too much for your Instagram account, because too many stories is sometimes a bad thing. It gets people annoyed a little bit. So you can, if you've got too many stories happening, you can maybe just schedule it for the next day. And also spreading stories out throughout the day really helps to keep pushing you to the top of the story feed. So a little trick there. And you can also do it in bulk as well, so you can bulk post for Instagram stories and IGTV. So I just wanted to introduce you to the apps, because if you're anything like me and have a million tabs open in your brain, it's really super useful to just maybe put Netflix on in the evening on a Sunday night. Maybe it can be your thing where you edit 7 Instagram pictures and schedule them all for the week in that Sunday night routine, and then you just don't have to think about Instagram for the rest of the week. and that has changed the game for me. I feel like a free woman. It's just really handy not to have to think about it for the rest of the week, and then the next Sunday I will do the same thing again. So it's really helped me out and be more business savvy with my time. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll leave the links to Apphi down below. Really big game changer if you're looking to really step up your game. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're all enjoying quarantine, and I have a little surprise that I'm gonna do. So every Saturday at 7 o'clock I am going to be doing wine time. So you guys know that me and one of my friends, Georgia, we always have wine and chips. It's like our thing, and obviously we've not been able to do it for so long. So I thought on a Saturday night at 7 o'clock I'll do a YouTube live, and I'm gonna have wine and me chips, and we can sit and chat, and it can be Saturday nights in alive, and like we can chat, because obviously I can see you guys in the side section. So yeah, I'll put a little post up, but I'm thinking Saturday at 7 o'clock, come join me for wine time. It's gonna be so much fun. And yeah, I'll see you soon for another video, guys. Bye.